Good evening, all. My name is MS Shashwani, working as an assistant professor at CSE department at RMD Engineering College. Today, remaining part will be completing under the fourth unit. The fourth unit is an query implementation, external API pattern, and microservice testing. So, coming to the here, so before we are completed query using API composition pattern, using CQRS pattern, designing CQRS view, implementing a CQRS view with AWS dynamic database, external API designing issues, and remaining API gateway pattern, implementing and how API gateway testing strategies of microservice architecture, writing unit test for a service, writing integration test, developing component test, and writing end-to-end test. Now in this unit we can see. So first one of coming to the here query using API composition pattern. So databases per service pattern indicates that each microservice should be responsible for their own data, and there two data query patterns will going to the implementing here. One is an API composition pattern and command query responsibility pattern. So next one is an how API composition pattern will be divided is in three parts: API query, API A part, B part, and then C part. Each API having their own independent databases. So one query will be comes under the ordering the payment, and next one is an payment services and deliver the services. CQRS pattern implementing a query that needs the data from several services by using the event to maintain read-only view, means we are maintaining the replication of data, means duplication data here we are going to the maintaining. In CQRS pattern, we are having the two APIs. One is a write API, other one is a read API, and write database, and other one is a read database. Here, implementing CQRS with AWS by using the dynamic database here, we are using the some of the command query responsibility segregation CQRS. Command query separation will be popularized by the domain-driven design. CQRS architecture that use an event sourcing save the generated events in an append only the event store. And next here, coming to the next remaining part of query generation. See this example. The user is one is an updation section, other one is an query section. Query section, the queries will be generated. So those all will be transferring to the Amazon database. Then next coming to the command service, whatever domain module is implemented, that is shifting to the Amazon dynamic database. By using the Lambda function, the output will go into the generating here. So several number of clients try to connect with their server by using the commands and then queries. So whenever the commands is generated, so based on the business logic and then event store, and then next one is then query handlers, and then materialized views. We are going to event streaming will go into the event bus will go into the generating here. External API design point of view, we having the CSV and XML and JSON will be there. CSV is nothing but a supporting file for the style sheet, and XML is an for the proper view of a web page design. JSON will going to run the server backend of the server. The combination of the CSV, XML and JSON only, the front end will going to the designing here. And then one of the biggest challenge in the API integration is dealing with incompatible data formats. API often use a different format for data presentation such as JSON, XML, and CSV. JSON is a JavaScript object notation has become a popular because of its simplicity and easy of use. It provides a lightweight and human readable format of a structured data, making it high compatible with modern web application. XML will be comes under the extensible markup language. On other hand, it is versatile markup language known as an hierarchical data presentation. Although XML was widely used in the past, it has been gradually replaced by the JSON due to its greater simplicity and efficiency in parsing. CSV is a common separated value, is a simple text format that is commonly used for data exchange, especially in scenario where hierarchical structure is not required. Then coming to the here REST API and then SOAP and then query implementation, we are going to the using here. And next, implementing an API gateway. An API gateway provides a centralized entry point for managing interaction between client and application services. It acts as a reverse proxy and route client's request to appropriate service. An API gateway simplifies communication, enhances the client interaction, and centralizes the management of a common service level responsibility. And next one is then how we are going to use an API gateway is then one is an gateway routing, another one is an gateway aggregation, other one is an gateway offloading. Gateway routing is an use API gateway routing when we want to decouple the client from client application services. API gateway to aggregate multiple client requests in a single request. Use this pattern when a single operation request called to the multiple application services. An API gateway to provide the cross-cutting functionality, so individual service don't have to provide it. And next, coming to the testing strategies for a microservice architecture. End-to-end microservice testing is a strategy to ensure that individual services with a microservice architecture work together as expected with completed workflow. End-to-end microservice testing will be helpful for the smooth communication between the independent services and improve the overall performance and reliability of the system. Detect the issues early and prevent the costly fixes. Maintain application stability as the service are updated or replaced. Next one is then monolithic services and then microservices. Monolithic is then previously we discussed is an all or will be maintaining by the node API services, means everything we need to we want to update our software means for total project we are new again we need to deploy the redeploying we will do in the monolithic projects. So coming to the here microservice is an every module is an independent. So if you want to go for redeployment means we can deploy that more certain module only. Example, if we take a user module means I need to update the user information only. That one is not affecting the remaining other modules. Next, so this is the total the fourth unit syllabus is and it's going to defining the how queries will going to generate, how queries will be passing to the from client to the server, in between how server will going to collecting the responses for that queries and return back how successfully it is returned back to the client. So compared here monolithic architecture and microservice architecture. So compared these two architecture, microservice architecture will going to playing the major role here. Thank you.